morning, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Sports Glitterati. मैं हूँ रोहा नदीम. We're back with another episode. It's a football special in this one. Lots to build up to. We have a new Premier League season coming up on the 17th of August. It's kicking off. हमने थोड़ा सा build up अपने लास्ट शो में भी किया था. आज थोड़ा मज़ीद उसके ऊपर build up करने की कोशिश करेंगे because a lot to look at in terms of the players, in terms of the standings of the last season and what we can expect from teams and clubs this year, from players, from managers. So इन सब के ऊपर हम आज के शो में बात करेंगे. थोड़ा सा अब look forward करने के लिए जो है वो एक और season जो है it's just around the corner. So before we get started on discussing the standings of the last season, players, stats, all of that, let's bring in our guest, sports expert, sports analyst, Hassan Azam is here with us. Hassan, assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Glitterati.
Walaikum salam. Pleasure to be here once again. And finally, the Premier League is almost back.
Almost back. Just a few more days and another Glitterati regular is back with us in the studio. Hassan Qureshi. Assalamu alaikum, Hassan. Welcome back. How are you doing?
Assalamu alaikum, Roha. Wonderful to be back. Wonderful to be talking about the Premier League. The excitement is building and it's Premier League is back. That means life is going to go back somewhat to normal.
And very up and down for United fans as well.
Yeah,
As
down,
I hope
down,
इस
down.
season आप लोगों के पास थोड़ी बेहतर festive mood के साथ हम लोग discussions करें because as United fans हम उसके ऊपर भी बात आज करेंगे because I'm sure so many of you who are watching are also United fans who have so many questions in their minds right now, especially last season के बाद जो performances रहीं, जो question marks रहे, हमारे experts will try to answer some of those questions and take a look at what happened with United and some of the other teams and some of the emissions that happened from the Champions League. तो वो जो teams who couldn't make it उनके ऊपर भी बात करेंगे. Start करते हैं guys. पहले last season की थोड़ी refresh कर लें. अगर हम memory last year के standings अगर हम देख लें before we head into this discussion, Hassan, of course Man City at the top. We know they won the title 4th time in a row. But looking at these sides, what can we expect as we build up to the new season in terms of the known जिसे कहते हैं ना threats and maybe some surprises?
Absolutely. I mean, हमने देखा था last year it was a close race until it became a two-legged race between City and Arsenal, and City clinching it just by the barest of margins. लेकिन Liverpool were always a part of the conversation. हमने बात की Aston Villa, how they made it into the Champions League was such a big move for them. But then you talk about the next four sides. I mean, Tottenham, Chelsea, Newcastle and Manchester United. I feel like this season they would want to stake that claim for the Champions League spot. Newcastle has been heavily invested in. They've brought in new players. They want to make it there. They've paid a lot of money for a lot of players, lot of wages for them as well. Tottenham की बात करें, they were part of the Champions League conversation consistently. Kane का जाना, फिर उनका नीचे आना, Chelsea and of course Manchester United, as you said. So a lot of the teams there would want to do well and make it part of the Champions League.
चले once more they have a chance, but हम अगर अभी build up अपना कर ही रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा अगर हम back in time जाएं, Hassan Qureshi, we have so much to talk to you about Tottenham, Chelsea and of course United. ये बहुत evident थे कि इनके ऊपर कुछ shortcomings थे जो last leg of the season में बहुत evidently आए. हमने उनके बारे में बात भी की थी. But looking back now at the last season, where do you think these teams went wrong? Why couldn't they go that extra mile and make it into the qualifying Champions League?
I think all of them will be enviously looking at Aston Villa. I think season ke start when nobody was thinking Aston Villa, even though they had a very good end to the season before that, will be making it to the Champions League. And Chelsea, with the amount of spending that Chelsea did, अगर हम उसको इकट्ठा कर लें तो it's a lot of money over just 2 windows. We are talking eye-watering figures. They would have expected a better return with the world-class manager like Mauricio Pochettino. Hassan Azam rightly pointed out, Newcastle ने बहुत ज़्यादा investment की है. Manchester United ने पिछले 13 साल में बहुत ज़्यादा investment की है to only not go on and have the worst season in Premier League history for them. Not even a bad season, the worst season.
The worst for them.
जी हमने सोचा कि हमने बड़े बुरे वक्त देखे हैं, but उससे भी बुरा वक्त आ गया. So it really, for these teams, it was a case of missing out on these opportunities. And there was a perfect example उन सबके सामने Aston Villa का, of a team taking that opportunity and making it. Now Aston Villa goes into this season with Champions League football for the first time in 40 years. And Manchester United and Tottenham and Chelsea and Newcastle, Chelsea will still, Newcastle and Tottenham and Chelsea will still point to a few things. Manchester United, अगर वो कप ना जीतते तो उन्होंने तो यूरोपियन फुटबॉल में भी नहीं इन्वॉल्व होना था. So these teams missed out by big margins on what they would have thought about. And I think this season, they cannot afford a repeat of that, because then it becomes a pattern. और वो pattern अगर आ गई तो फिर बहुत problem हो जाती है.
I mean, you pointed out Aston Villa, how they surprised everybody as a club coming into that last leg, and especially making us feel like anything can happen when they were out there, when they were playing. The odds, they just didn't exist against them. But United, इनके इस run को, इतना जो इनका negative season गया है, worst ever standing for them, what will you attribute their performance to? Was it something with the defense, something with the attack, the players, the mindset, the pressure? Where did they go wrong?
I think so many places.
All of the above.
All of the above.
I'll take all of the above. I mean, you talk about the attack initially. Hoyland वो लेकर आए, new upcoming striker, not a proven striker. You don't have a proven backup for him. With a striker like that, आपको एक ऐसा बंदा चाहिए होता है जो अटैक को लीड कर रहा हो और वो फिर अपना रोल अदा करे. उन्होंने 10 गोल स्कोर किए. उनके साथ ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस कंसिस्टेंटली कुछ सीजन से वो परफॉर्म करे, उन्होंने 10 किए, लेकिन उसके बाद सिर्फ रैशफोर्ड स्कोर्ड 7, मैकटोमिने स्कोर्ड 7. You did not have enough goals going in. When you talk about the midfield, the wingers, the forward line, they were not enough goal scorers. आप बात करें डिफेंस की, so many late goals were conceded, so many, over and over again, same patterns, especially through set plays. United just couldn't stop them. And then you talk about Ten Hag, जो कि injury पे वो उसे डालते रहे. I mean, at the end of the day, as a manager, you take the responsibility of a good enough squad, so you have a better backups. अगर आपके मेन प्लेयर्स निकल रहे हैं, आपके इतने अच्छे बैकअप्स होने चाहिए. We talked about sides like Manchester City.
मैं इसी पे थोड़ा सा और I want to dig deeper into it. Was it really the injuries that helped them back, या ये कोई बस एक excuse है at the end of the season? Looking back, how fair of an assumption या estimation is this?
I don't know if it. I think Hassan makes a very good point कि you have to have that depth. अगर आपके पास नहीं है, वो आपकी गलती है. Yes, there was a record-breaking amount of injuries in a record-breaking season. बट आप क्यों नहीं उसके लिए बेहतर प्रिपेयर्ड थे? आपने ज्यादा चांसेस क्यों नहीं आपने अपने वो एरियाज को टारगेट किया जहां पे आपको ये पता था? हसन मेड अ वेरी गुड पॉइंट कि आपके लीग के टॉप गोल स्कोरर्स सिर्फ 2 खिलाड़ी थे जिनके दोनों के 10 गोल्स थे. आपका गोल डिफरेंस नेगेटिव था. आई मीन इट जस्ट गोज टू शो यू हाउ बैड अ सीजन इट वाज कि आपका गोल डिफरेंस नेगेटिव में था. इट्स जस्ट ऑलमोस्ट अनहर्ड ऑफ फॉर अ प्रोफेशनल टीम and for a professional team of United standing. So देखें, yes, injury से फर्क पड़ता है हर टीम को जब इंजरीज होती हैं, बट अगर आपको कंसिस्टेंटली वो इंजरीज हो रही हैं, आपकी प्लानिंग जो थी उन इंजरीज के लिहाज से वो it was not up to
contingencies नहीं थी, plan Bs नहीं थे, और वहीं पे वो एक्सपोज हो रहा था.
And I think even with the amount of injuries you're having, I think something must be wrong with your preparation as well.
Has to be.
There has
That's
to be a problem.
another question, right?
Yeah, और जो नए majority owner आए हैं अब क्लब के, उन्होंने highlight किया कि कैरिंगटन में वो facilities नहीं रही, जो पहले सिटी के पास हैं और बड़े क्लब्स के पास हैं. There is a problem. We've seen players with the likes of Ronaldo pointing that out and nobody giving it a second look, but it's very obvious now that there are some issues to be resolved.
चलो थोड़ा सा क्लोजली अब स्क्रूटिनी पे आते हैं चेल्सी की, बिकॉज उन्होंने जो लास्ट 5 गेम्स अपने जीते ऑन द ट्रॉट, they were looking great, they were looking very competitive towards the end of that season, but still couldn't make it to the top 5. Hassan, when it comes to analyzing Chelsea, looking back, reflecting at their season, where do you think they will be thinking, yaar, idhar, this is where Chelsea really could have, taken more initiative, been more proactive, ताकि एंड में उनको हेल्प होती?
I think अगर आप देखें तो 9 draws and 11 losses, that's 20 of those games. Chelsea will be thinking to themselves, we should have won at least 10 of those.
Yeah.
There should have been an extra 10, 15 points of which Chelsea just kept finding ways to lose games or draw games where it did not look like Chelsea could lose or draw. Chelsea, ठीक है, उनको भी थोड़ी सी injuries की concern रही, especially in attack. थोड़े से dependent थे वो Cole Palmer पे, because he was the one popping up with important goals. But Chelsea का आप जब outlay देखते हैं, you look at the kind of players they signed, Enzo Fernandez, a World Cup winner, Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, these players alone between them cost 250 million pounds. Yet Chelsea always looked like 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, and they never were consistent or coherent. And I think Pochettino was unable to get what he wanted out of them, despite on paper having a very good squad.
Yeah, I mean, very, very rightly pointed out. They इतनी जबरदस्त स्क्वाड होने के बावजूद वो परफॉर्मेंस नहीं वो निकाल पाए और कहीं ना कहीं पोचेटिनो इस चीज से नाखुश भी थे कि जो प्लेयर्स की साइन अप की, एक तो ओवर प्राइस प्लेयर आपने साइन किए, वो प्लेयर साइन किए जिनको अभी जेल होने में या प्रीमियर लीग में जेल होने में टाइम चाहिए था। तो जब आपके पास
when you say overpriced players, कौन से नाम हैं?
I mean, some of the names Hassan Qureshi has already mentioned. These players, because of Chelsea's worth, were bought overpriced, right? The problem is कि ऐसे players को, youngsters की team को time लगता है to gel, especially create that grit जो आपको tough matches जिताती है, जो आपको championship mentality तक लेके जाती है.
Does that add more pressure though? Because you know you've been, you know, there has been so much investment on you, and now there's that added pressure that you have to perform.
Absolutely does, and I think it adds even more pressure on the manager because it feels like कि देखें आपको इतना बड़ा एक bag of money दिया गया with all these players inside that bag, then now you have to get the performance out of them.
You have to be worth it.
Yeah, right. But he needed that time, and towards the end of his tenure at Chelsea, which abruptly came to an end, he was doing really well. In fact, उनके जो results रहे end पर, it felt like the team finally got their balance and was gelling together, producing those results. मसला ये हुआ जब उन्होंने ये बात की कि अब जो आपकी ट्रांसफर पॉलिसी नेक्स्ट समर रहेगी उसमें I want to have a say. The board didn't accept that, and that's why they said goodbye, even though he had more years on his contract.
चलें गाइज एक और क्लब के ऊपर आते हैं जिनका सीजन वैसा नहीं गया जिस तरह वो एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे थे. दे हैड अ न्यू मैनेजर, दे सोल्ड देयर बेस्ट प्लेयर. टॉटनहम की बात अगर हम करें, एक क्लोजर लुक उनके सीजन पे भी अगर हम डालें, वेयर डू यू थिंक हसन दे वेंट रॉन्ग, especially because they also failed to show some fight, you know, especially in that match against Arsenal in that late end of the season. And जो आपने भी चेल्सी के बारे में हाईलाइट किया, even with Tottenham we saw that they were losing games that they should have won easily. Reflecting back on their season, क्या लगता है कहाँ पे मेजर गलतियां हुई?
यही आप देखें ना कि you're beating Manchester United and then you're going and losing to teams in the lower half of the table. And one other very big problem, like you rightly said, Arsenal is the biggest game of the season for Tottenham. To go and ruin Arsenal's day and ruin their title challenge is what it's all about, and Tottenham did not show up on that day. And an Ange Postecoglou team not showing up, not putting in those tackles, not putting in that desire, that's a big surprise. And I think Tottenham at times in the season looked, I mean, they have 20 wins. That's a good season for Tottenham in many ways. But they're looking at that and they're looking at 2 points behind Villa. They should have been there. I think everybody expected Tottenham to be there. I think unke liye consistency, and I think unke liye just continuing what the manager wanted. And he spoke about that, that he felt many of the players were not showing the levels that they needed to show.
Absolutely. And I think, as you rightly pointed out, even though कि उनका भी एक young season था Tottenham के लिए, the expectations, the performance he was getting early on in the season, towards the later have kind of like faded away.
बिल्कुल they did.
Even though कि अगर आप Harry Kane जैसा striker replace करना चाहें, especially the type of player he'd become for Tottenham Hotspurs and the performances he was delivering, and because of that, what he was doing with the English side, they couldn't replace that as well.
No.
और आप Arsenal वाले match की बात करें, you know, you talk about that match, I still get reminded of that Son chance at the end. You know, those are the barest of margins, and you know how your whole season.
Or take the fact that you go and score a 94th or 95th minute equalizer at Anfield against Liverpool, and then concede from the next attack. I mean, in England we say classic Tottenham, we say that's Tottenham. But आप अपने आप को mentally सोचें, आपकी mental strength क्या है कि आपने Anfield जैसे स्टेडियम में equalizer स्कोर करके literally अगली अटैक से गोल खा लिया, मैच हार गए. That was where Tottenham will look back and with a lot of regret, because they feel they should have been there in those Champions League places.
Regret, barest of margins की आपने बात की, 2 points से they could have made it, you know, so close yet so far. But now this year, what can they do differently? अब क्योंकि नए challenges होंगे, but looking back at their season, वो यही सोच रहे होंगे कि you know थोड़ा सा अगर हम push और करते, 2 points का margin था cover करने के लिए. इस season, what do you think they will be doing differently?
I think there's a lot they can work on. There's a lot they can be happy with. अब थोड़ा सा pressure भी होगा, because last year, let's not also forget that Tottenham had no European football. No distractions. This year they'll have Europa League, which is a very grueling tournament to go through. So that pressure will be there. What they have to do is they have to be more consistent. They have to stop giving away silly goals and losing games
Yeah.
where they're in a good position. If Tottenham do that, then like Hassan Azam rightly pointed out, the start to the season was very good. And there was a time aapko lag raha tha they might even be challenging for a top 3 spot. That fall that came in, they have to guard against that fall.
And I think especially जो Tottenham की academy भी है, the players coming through that, he would want some youngsters to come through. उससे होता क्या है कि that creates a challenge between some of the senior players and the juniors. And what that does is कि long term में उस competition की वजह से जो switch off की आप बात कर रहे हैं, you negate that because you're always fighting for that spot in the side, not taking it for granted, and that's where it felt like Tottenham kind of slipped away. क्योंकि एक moment पे लग रहा था कि Aston Villa शायद उन्हें catch भी नहीं कर पाएगी जिस तरह Tottenham चल रही थी, but eventually they faded away.
And of course, the brilliance of Aston Villa, their strategies, their players, how they came up out of nowhere भी नहीं कह सकते because you know they had so much going for them in that last season, but brilliant football from them. Let's see इस season हम क्या different देखते हैं from Villa, but especially from Tottenham, from Chelsea and United, जिनके बारे में भी हमने थोड़ी सी बात की. But gentlemen, there's a new format in town. You know, हमने उसके ऊपर भी थोड़ा बात करना है because अगर आप हमारे viewers को भी समझाएं, if you could break it down, all I know is that there's more games, there's more money, there's more teams, which means more football and more excitement.
Absolutely.
But what else can we expect? Can you break down the format for
More
us?
fun for us fans, absolutely. But basically what UEFA has done is कि पहले जहाँ पर 32 टीम्स होती थी और वो 4 के ग्रुप्स में डिवाइड की जाती थी, अब एक लीग फॉर्मेट इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है जिसमें 36 टीम्स हुआ करेंगी. वो 4 टीम्स जो ऐड होंगी इस लीग के फॉर्मेट में, उसने यूएफए ने उसका क्राइटेरिया दिया है in terms of the iterations they have for the league rankings and how some of the teams can qualify into that position. उसके अलावा अभी ऑलरेडी एक सेटअप बन चुका है कि फॉर इंस्टेंस प्रीमियर लीग के 4 क्लब आते हैं, ला लीगा के 4 आते हैं, तो किस क्लब से कितनी टीमें आएंगी किस लीग से. नाउ इन द 36 जो क्लब्स लीग, every team gets to play 4 home and 4 away matches. All the 36 teams are put in a pot of 8 और वो रैंकिंग के मुताबिक है, यानी पहले पॉट में 8 सबसे टफेस्ट रैंक होंगी, सेकंड में लीस्ट टफेस्ट टुवर्ड्स द एंड, और दो आप टीमों के खिलाफ खेलेंगे हर पॉट से, और हर टीम के खिलाफ हर पॉट से एक होम मैच होगा और दूसरी टीम के साथ अवे मैच होगा. तो जहां पहले एक ही टीम के खिलाफ आप होम और अवे मैचेस खेलते थे, अब आप 8 डिफरेंट टीमों के खिलाफ मैचेस खेलेंगे, 4 डिफरेंट होम पर, 4 डिफरेंट अवे पर, उनके होम पर, which introduces a lot more new fans to the same group stage. उस ग्रुप स्टेज में से फिर 8 टॉप टीमें जो लीग में होंगी वो क्वालिफाई करेंगी आपके नॉकआउट स्टेज के लिए, जहां पर 16 टीमें आती हैं. लेकिन 9 से 24 टीमें जो होंगी वो एक दोबारा प्ले ऑफ खेलेंगी आपस में, 2-legged प्ले ऑफ, देन 8 more teams go into that 16 जो है वो स्टेज, नॉकआउट स्टेज की. Why has UEFA done this? Is obviously it brings to the same competition more teams. It brings more revenue in the sense that
more eyeballs, everybody watching, everybody tuning in.
Absolutely, and it makes the league very interesting in terms of अक्सर ये होता था कि टीम क्वालिफाई कर चुकी है, लास्ट मैच है, it's relevant or not, nobody cared even about the big teams. Now everything matters because वो last game भी आपको जीतना है to make sure you automatically qualify into the knockout stage, being in the top 8.
Right. So that means थोड़ा सा challenge का जो एंटी है वो थोड़ा सा अब होगा इस वाले.
अब देखिए 20 साल बाद फॉर्मेट में चेंज आया. द लास्ट चेंज इन द चैंपियंस लीग वाज जब आपका उन्होंने 2003-4 में दे डिड अवे विद व्हाट यूज्ड टू बी द सेकंड group stage at one time, and many people felt that was too many games. Traditionally, it's always been home and away. It's always been कि अगर एक ग्रुप में मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड और बार्सिलोना है तो होम एंड अवे खेलेंगे. इस वक्त अगर एक ग्रुप में लिवरपूल और रियल मैड्रिड है, they will only play each other once. There will be no home game or away game. So it's something.
Will the fans like that?
I think, you know, what Hassan Azam rightly pointed out is you will bring new fans, you will have new people, and there will be more engagement with the group stage because there will be no dead rubbers, so to speak. अब आपका ये होगा कि अगर आप उन टीमों में नहीं आते जो टॉप 8 में आते हैं, आप 9 to 24 में आना चाहोगे. देखें, and we've had this in the past where teams have, you know, barely finished second. We can give you examples of Liverpool, we can give you other teams who qualified just and then went on a run. Here you might be able to see teams qualifying from that and then going all the way also. And I think that's what they want. They want a challenge to the hegemony of clubs like Bayern and Real Madrid, even Manchester City and Liverpool in recent years. So it does introduce something different. Over time, pata chalega. Purists ke liye, it's definitely something different. At the same time, I think it will bring a lot of new and young fans to the game. And
Purist कहते हुए आपने अपनी तरफ ऐसे इशारा किया
mainly
है, so
because
you are not up for it 100%. I'm
absolutely
guessing.
not. No,
I think he's right. It's going to take time to absorb, but I think in a way, जिस तरह इन्होंने बात की, अगर लिवरपूल मैड्रिड का पहले मैच होता था, away leg है, often you would go there to Madrid and try and get a draw.
yeah.
आप home match में आओगे, आपको होगा कि यार ये बड़ी टीम्स के मैच हैं, आप इनमें अगर even भी खेल लें तो you still have a shot at finishing top two. You eliminate that completely now.
Yeah.
Because even against Real Madrid, you want a result. You don't know how the other teams are going to play.
If you don't finish in that top 8, you're going to be in trouble. So
I think in a way,
in
a way that makes every match interesting.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll see big clubs going against bigger clubs, trying to win those games, creates more excitement.
it does for sure.
चलिए excited तो अब हम सब हैं because एक तो new format and new more teams, more action, more fun. But अभी हमने क्योंकि standings की बात की, अगर थोड़ा सा हम और discuss करें, we talked about the more established clubs, we talked about the big names, but थोड़े से जो अब हमारे lower ranked sides हैं, उनके ऊपर भी discussion कर सकते हैं because they did show a lot of promise in this last season. अगर आप Brighton की बात करें, Bournemouth की बात करें, 48 points each for these two. But otherwise, looking at these bottom teams, where do you think you saw some potential जो इस season में हमें थोड़ा surprise कर सकते हैं?
I think Everton definitely would want to get out of that bottom half. आप Brentford की बात करें, even Fulham has been a club which has been in the Premier League for so long. We've seen so many remarkable performances from them. They find themselves there. A lot of the clubs, just the Nottingham Forest की बात करें, so they have been clubs who got promoted and then kind of are lingering in the Premier League, trying to get better. But clubs like Everton, clubs like Fulham, clubs even like Wolves, a couple of years back, they were doing amazingly well. They would want to try and get into that top half, but ho ye raha hai Premier League mein, because of the amount of money being spent on clubs like Newcastle United, the way Aston Villa is performing, and now Leicester is going to come back, is there's so much competition even for that top 10 spot that eventually you will find clubs in the bottom half where you think they don't belong there. I mean, that's the amount of competition that's become, the amount of spending that's there. But as a club who's invested so heavily, I think Everton definitely would want to find themselves out of that bottom 10.
चलिए, lots to talk about still, but time for a short break. वापस आके break से जो newly promoted sides हैं इस season में, उनके बारे में बात करेंगे. Don't go anywhere. जी वेलकम बैक. ब्रेक से पहले ऑफ कोर्स हम बात कर रहे थे लास्ट सीजन के स्टैंडिंग्स की, और अब हम क्योंकि बिल्डअप अपना कर रहे हैं तो जो न्यू टीम्स हैं इस सीजन में उनके ऊपर भी बात करते हैं बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ प्रॉमिस देयर टू टॉक अबाउट. वी हैव अ लिटिल ग्राफिक फॉर यू एज वेल. लेस्टर सिटी, इप्सविच टाउन, साउथहैम्पटन. What can we expect from these clubs going into this next season? Because a lot of promise, a lot of hopes, especially from the fans who are following these clubs from so long. What does it mean for them?
I think initially it's just to get into the Premier League means you've made it into the top tier. Leicester की बात करें तो Enzo Maresca जो Chelsea के coach थे, he managed that side and they finished top of the championship. ठीक है, 97 points पे उन्होंने finish किया. Second पे Southampton थी. They've been part of the Premier League for such a long time. It almost felt wrong that they went down, spent some time there and came back. Ipswich Town had an amazing story. उन्होंने इससे पिछले साल लीग 1 से प्रमोट हुए थे और एक साल के अंदर वो चैंपियनशिप से प्रीमियर लीग में प्रमोट हो गए. तो उन्होंने 2 सालों में 2 जंप्स मारी एंड इट वाज प्रीटी ब्रिलियंट व्हाट दे डिड. सो आई थिंक in terms of momentum, Ipswich the most, I guess, fearsome team. But in terms of pedigree, Leicester City under Claudio Ranieri have won a Premier League season already. I mean, Jamie Vardy, उनके goal scorer, अभी भी उनके साथ हैं. He's almost like a legend at the club. Probably become a ghost at the club now. The way he's scoring goals, right? So Leicester is very excited to make it back as well. और Leicester की खास तौर पे ये भी बात है कि Enzo Maresca जो Chelsea के कोच बने हैं, he's all in the school of thought of Pep Guardiola. वो उनके असिस्टेंट भी रहे. उन्होंने मैनचेस्टर सिटी की अंडर 21 साइड को भी मैनेज किया. पोजेशन बेस्ड फुटबॉल लेस्टर में उन्होंने इम्प्लीमेंट की, उसको मास्टर किया, उस टीम को इनग्रेन किया. सो इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग हाउ दे गोना कम इनटू द प्रीमियर लीग विदाउट हिम, बट इफ दे कैन कीप दैट सेम स्टाइल ऑफ प्ले एंड ट्रबल ओपोनेंट्स.
Right, 3 new clubs, 3 new stories and 3 new fan clubs that you can expect in this season. आप क्या assess कर रहे हैं going into this season? जो promise अभी उन्होंने identify किया है, especially from Ipswich Town.
Yeah, Ipswich is an incredible story because we will know this. Their manager, Kieran McKenna, was at Manchester United and he was a youth coach at Tottenham. And उनकी कहानी इतनी incredible है कि जब उन्होंने टेक ओवर किया तो बहुत ही कम expectations थी. Ipswich historically एक बड़ा club है, but it's been a long time since they were in the top tier. For Kieran McKenna to go, जैसे हसन ने कहा, पहले उनको जो आपकी अब इंग्लिश फुटबॉल का थर्ड टियर है, सेकंड टियर से फर्स्ट टियर में लाना और फर्स्ट टियर से प्रीमियर लीग में, back to back promotions and playing a really good brand of football. He won manager of the year also.
Yeah.
So a lot of excitement for Ipswich. Leicester, you know, Premier League champions not that long ago. It was a shock when they got relegated. They will want to be back. Their fans are used to being in the Premier League. They have more titles recently than teams like Arsenal or Manchester United. So they will be thinking to themselves, we belong here just as much as these clubs do. Went on, dominated the season, 97 points, 9 wins in a row. Southampton, historically another very important Premier League club, but they won the biggest match in football, as it's called every year. The playoff final, they beat Leeds United. You know, these teams will now be looking कि can financially बहुत फर्क पड़ता है अगर आप Premier League में आ जाते हैं और अगर आप रह जाते हैं. It's the difference between making hundreds, getting hundreds of millions of pounds or losing hundreds of millions of pounds. For each of these clubs, अगर वो अब इस साल आ गए हैं और रह जाते हैं अपने फ्यूचर के लिए hundreds of, if not 150, 200 million pounds उनके फ्यूचर में आ जाता है. Financially, it's a very big thing for these
just
clubs.
to quote like one small financial detail, जब आप प्रीमियर लीग में आते हैं तो ब्रॉडकास्ट राइट्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए जाते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू योर रैंकिंग, राइट? तो आप जितना ऊपर फिनिश करेंगे आपको उतने ज्यादा पैसे मिलेंगे बिकॉज यू ब्रॉट दैट मच अमाउंट ऑफ आईज टुवर्ड्स द क्लब इन द प्रीमियर लीग इटसेल्फ. बट लेकिन जब आप ऊपर जाते हैं आपको सेंट्रल पूल से भी पैसे मिलते हैं, आपको सेंट्रली जो प्रीमियर लीग के स्पॉन्सर उधर से मिलते हैं. सो हैविंग सेड दैट, जिस तरह आपने हसन कुरैशी ने बात की, 84.8 million pounds guaranteed हैं आपको, even if you finish 20th. So now on top of that, all the endorsements you're going to get because you're part of the Premier League now. आपकी किट्स पे जो endorsements मिलेंगी, आपकी पोजीशन के मुताबिक आपको जो पैसे मिलेंगे.
It's an entire ecosystem that you're now a part of. And आपने बात की कि एक आना और एक रहना, इसके बीच में भी एक बहुत बड़ा एक distance है जो cover करना है for teams.
It's almost your money gets doubled if you stay.
Wow.
Especially your first season. So जिस तरह हसन कुरैशी rightly pointed out, there is millions of dollars at stake here.
बट अब इन क्लब्स के लिए जब हमने जिनको अभी डिस्कस किया, इप्सविच टाउन, साउथहैम्पटन, लेस्टर सिटी, इनके लिए ये दिस काइंड ऑफ मनी, व्हाट विल इट डू दिस सीजन एंड व्हाट विल दे डू दिस सीजन टू मेक श्योर दैट दे स्टे देयर एंड दे कीप दैट बॉल रोलिंग फॉर देम?
I think for a club in itself, it not just brings in an opportunity to develop their stadiums, which, you know, our Premier League की ticket जब बेच रहे हैं तो obviously it's going to be more expensive for the fans as well, which means you can invest in your stadium, in your facilities, make it better, make it sustainable. In terms of the player power, जो आप players attract कर सकते हैं because you made it into the Premier League, अपने youth system को आप जिस तरह develop कर सकते हैं, because sides like Chelsea, अगर वो अभी अपने स्टार्स को बेच रही हैं, और हम लास्ट शो में बात कर रहे थे गैलेगर की भी, अगर वो उन्हें सेल कर रही हैं, इट्स बिकॉज दे हैव कम थ्रू अ यूथ सिस्टम एंड देन दे बिकम प्रोडक्ट्स ऑलमोस्ट गिविंग ऑल ऑफ द मनी टू देम एज अ प्रॉफिट. एक होम ग्रोन टैलेंट है, ये भी फिर होता है उन क्लब्स के साथ, वो फैसिलिटीज भी बेहतर होती हैं, आपको स्पॉन्सरशिप्स बेहतर मिलती हैं. एंड इफ यू कैन समहाउ make a plan of staying there, then you grow and become into that bigger club and you want to stay there. So in terms of eyeballs, in terms of even the community, जो सोसाइटी में क्लब बना होता है उसके इर्द गिर्द इतना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप होता है. जिस तरह पेप गार्डियोला जब से आए हैं मैनचेस्टर सिटी में, not just from logistics, fan experience, how they've involved technology into all of this, so much gets changed. That's why fans are so passionately following their club because their experience of even living in that city changes.
Wow, that's a very good point. इतनी बारीकियों में जब आप जाके देखते हैं कि ये sum जो आपने बताई, how it trickles down to like the most basic level, which is fan engagement and consumption of that broadcast football.
It also brings changes. So Leicester City are used to getting a lot of fans from Thailand because their owners are from Thailand. It brings tourism to your city. It brings more money to your city. I can tell you from experience, having gone to university very close to Stoke-on-Trent, when Stoke made it to the Premier League, the entire situation changed because you are now in the big time. और फिर आपको लोग ज़्यादा आते हैं, दूसरी teams आती हैं आपके पास, and like Hassan very rightly pointed out about youth systems, अगर आपका एक youth player Premier League season खेल जाता है और आप उसको आप नहीं रहते Premier League में, the difference between his value goes from maybe 5-10 million pounds to 20 to 40 million pounds.
Right.
That is the kind of money, is the lifeblood for these teams. So इनके पास एक plan A है, which is to ideally stay and do well, but there's also a plan B कि उस Premier League के ठप्पे के साथ अगर एक सीजन भी आप निकाल जाते हो, अगर कल को आपको अपने यूथ प्लेयर्स भी बेचने हैं या यंग प्लेयर्स बेचने हैं, उनकी वैल्यू ऊपर चली जाती है बिकॉज वो एक सीजन प्रीमियर लीग का खेल रहा है.
That's a very good point again. और इन क्लब्स के लिए of course it will mean a lot. Now let's talk a little about the title champions, 4-time champions Manchester City, who are once again going to be as dangerous as ever. I like that. Very honest with the expressions. लेकिन बात तो करनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि जो इन्होंने किया वो हिस्टोरिक है और इस सीजन में एक तो वो डेंजरस बहुत है लेकिन साथ ही साथ हसन प्रेशर भी बहुत है उनके ऊपर टू यू नो मेंटेन दैट and then to you know be as threatening as they were in that last season and साथ ही साथ consistent as well. What can Man City do this season to maintain that glory?
I think it's almost becomes a little more difficult to even you know stay at that level. जब आप 4 consecutive titles जीत चुके हो तो ना सिर्फ players को उस work ethic की motivation देना, उन बड़ी games में उस तरह की performances देना, फिर expectations लोगों की बन जाती हैं आपके साथ. जब आप 4 consecutive title जीते हैं, it's almost like people are expecting you to win. So the moment you go down or the moment you face a situation where you're struggling and then a doubt start creeping in, then you're in trouble. But having known the guy, Pep Guardiola, without a doubt, one of the best managers in the history of football, club football, तो यही उनका कमाल रहा है. I mean, ये सवाल हम पिछले सीजन भी पूछते थे, how is he going to do it next season? Somehow done it. It almost feels like he's almost preparing the next crop for the Manchester City players as well. I mean, ग्रीलिश की जगह पे डॉकू जिस तरह मैच्योर कर गए हैं, सवीनियो आप बात कर रहे थे शो से पहले, उनकी भी, और फील्स लाइक वो सिल्वा की जगह पे उन्हें तैयार कर रहे हैं. उनकी मिडफील्ड की बात करें तो एंड द वे ही इज लाइंड अप हिज डिफेंस एज वेल, it's almost like City definitely they want that Champions League title but they don't want at the same time to lose that Premier League title as well. इस तरह लगा कि जब वो treble जीते they almost had this feeling कि now our next target is कि हम treble दोबारा जीतें.
Qureshi Sahab, your thoughts, as much as you don't want to comment.
No, I mean, I think as much as I don't want to, you also can't, like you said, you can't not talk about Manchester City.
Can't.
You can't not. Hassan makes a very good point that last season, winning only the Premier League will be seen as a failure at Manchester City.
Wow.
A team that won a treble just a year before that.
Imagine.
So the levels that they have set, 4 titles in a row, जैसे आपने कहा, record breaking for the Premier League. What can we expect? And both times being run a little close. Arsenal is getting there. Liverpool is getting back up. But now Jurgen Klopp is gone. ठीक है जी. That one big title challenger is not there. अब बड़े लोग बात करेंगे क्या United या Chelsea या कोई उठ सकता है. City are very comfortable on their throne at the moment, but there are a lot of challenges coming around. You want to tell yourself that maybe the other challengers have what it takes. At the same time, you think that the king looks very strong where he's sitting right now. You would not put it past City to comfortably make it 5 in a row. And that is as much a testament to Guardiola and the way they are run as a club and the way they play as it is to the fact how far दूसरी teams को जाना पड़ेगा just to challenge man. To take that title away from them, you better do something incredible because they're not giving it up.
But on the flip side, आप 4 दफा जीत चुके हैं प्रीमियर लीग टाइटल, आप थ्रोन पे बैठे हुए हैं, कंप्लेसेंसी, थोड़ी सी एक रिलैक्सेशन, थोड़ा सा मेंटल जिसे कहते हैं ना आप ईज, उसका भी शिकार हो सकती हैं टीम्स. आपने ग्वार्डियोला की बात की एज अ मैनेजर, बड़ा मुश्किल होगा बिकॉज एट द एंड ऑफ द डे हम सब, एवरीबडी इज ह्यूमन एट दैट लेवल. आप थोड़ा सा ज़रूर एक यू डू टेक प्राइड इन व्हाट यू हैव अचीव्ड. तो पेप ग्वार्डियोला को, पेप को क्या पेप टॉक देंगे आप अहेड ऑफ दिस सीजन, क्योंकि उनके पास इस वक्त सबसे ज़्यादा प्रेशर भी है और वो कंटिन्यू करना चाहेंगे, मेक इट 5 in a row.
I think that you bring up a very important point because now in sports psychology even ये जिस तरह सिटी ने एड्रेस किया, जो उनके चीफ स्पोर्ट्स साइकोलॉजिस्ट थे उन्हें इंग्लैंड क्रिकेट ने भी हायर किया था just before the World Cup because that's how well he was doing and we can see this results with Manchester City. And that's something even maybe Pep Guardiola sort of like offloads to another professional at times just to get his team motivated. जैसे आपने कहा, it's a very big challenge क्योंकि I remember एक मैच में City were down 2-0 at half time and they won that game 3-2 at the end. Half time के बाद ही बड़ा quick change, City scored 3 quick goals and Pep Guardiola comes in and he says कि ये जीतना ही नहीं चाहते टाइटल, मुझे तो नहीं लगता मेरी टीम टाइटल जीतना चाहती. I mean that's the kind of pep talk the guy has to do to his players. There's this whole documentary online on them winning the treble and the kind of speeches Pep Guardiola does, it's like you almost want to stand up from your own seat. Can I play in your team?
Can I play in your team?
Seriously.
I think TED Talk की जगह Pep Talk जो है वो that's a series I will tune in for. I will pay for it.
That's an idea there.
I think the thing for Pep is he's not had a challenge. He's only had one challenge like this in his entire career, which was Jose Mourinho at Real Madrid, to the point where it pushed him and he left an all-conquering Barcelona side. He had no challenge at Bayern. He was dominant at Manchester City. जब से वो title जीत रहे हैं, Jurgen Klopp was the closest challenger. Now Mikel Arteta is. Neither of them got under his skin the way Mourinho did. Can someone of this crop of managers be that person who gets under his skin both on and off the pitch? अभी आपको लग नहीं रहा. I think वो बहुत ही आपको, और वो बिल्कुल हसन आजम का बड़ा important point था. When he sets the standards, when his players are being told कि I don't think you want to win, that's what they care about. They don't really care what Arsenal's manager thinks or Manchester United's manager thinks. They only care what their manager thinks.
That was
He's
going
built
to be
that
my
up.
next question to you कि अब Man City को तंग कौन कर सकता है इस सीजन?
I think that's a very fair point. I mean, strong personalities, खास तौर पे managerially, और जिस तरह somebody like Mourinho used to challenge him publicly in La Liga and talk about him, sort of like rile him up just to get in
every press conference.
Yes, just to get into his head,
And
the
he did.
special one, the chosen one. So many ones when it came to Mourinho, right?
Yeah.
It almost like जिस तरह Hasan Qureshi ने बात की कि उनके biggest rival Klopp has left the Premier League, so it's almost maybe it's a chance for somebody new to come up. It won't be that same sort of intimidation or rivalry you would want to see or expect, but maybe somebody like a Maresca who's from the school of thought of Pep Guardiola, even Mikel Arteta की बात करें तो वो भी उसी school of thought के हैं, and he's worked with Pep as well. Maybe he wants to now show that the student become the teacher now, so to speak, and beats Pep Guardiola. But in terms of managerial credibility or capacity, there's no rival there.
चले, because the points difference wasn't a lot in that last leg of the season, तो close तो जरूर आए, Arteta भी आए, and let's see अब इस season हम क्या expect कर सकते हैं from these teams. हम goals की बात अगर करें, हमने शुरू में भी थोड़ी discussion की United के stats पे, लेकिन अगर हम overall देखें last season के goals and who were the players who made all of the difference for these sides, अब going into this new season, Qureshi Saab, what do you expect from these players who were at the top in terms of stats? You see Erling Haaland, you see Cole Palmer, you see the usuals. We've talked about them. Phil Foden is a part of that list. Salah is part of that list. Who impressed you the most out of these players? और इस season आप क्या देखते हैं? What are your expectations, especially from those top three?
So I think Palmer impressed me the most because nobody thought he would get that many goals. It's been a really long time since a Chelsea player, leave alone a Chelsea midfielder, got that many goals. So now the pressure is on him. Last season, bit of an unknown commodity. Now he's the guy who scored in the Euros final. He's Chelsea's top scorer. He's not an unknown quantity anymore. Second season syndrome is a big problem in football. People will be aware of him. Haaland, he makes the sublime look very regular at times. That's the problem with him. You look at him scoring 27 goals and go, "Acha sirf?" What a bad season for him. So he will want to go back there and show that his record over 2 seasons was not a fluke, and he's going to want to score more goals. And if he's fit, you cannot rule him out. I think the player that I'm most interested to see next season, who I think should step up, is Isak at Newcastle. He is a very, very good player, and I think we kind of saw bits of his best, but we didn't see उनकी जो complete ability है. And Newcastle जो है, जितनी वो investment कर रहे हैं, जिस तरह वो खेल रहे हैं, अब उनको वहाँ पे time हो गया. I think he's going to be one to watch
We're
out
yet
for.
to see the best of Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, absolutely, as you said, Cole Palmer or second season syndrome, because now eyeballs on you.
Yeah.
It's not just that the opposition is careful of you now; they want an extra defender, or they're studying you how you score your goals. So they're going to put some defensive tactics into that place. But it's also about कि अब आपके ऊपर pressure है to become that leading scorer again, and it's not just about Chelsea. किसी midfielder का भी list पे second होना, I think it's a huge thing. But for me, Watkins is the guy I'm looking for this season in terms of the kind of season he had for Villa, and with Villa, you know, strengthening their resources, going into the Champions League as well. The way he performed in the Euros felt like he was fearless, he was just focused, and he was doing the thing he was doing at Villa before in the Premier League. So for me, Watkins, I think, is the player to watch out for. I think he's going to get even better and go further as it comes to goal scoring.
चलें गोल स्कोरिंग की हम बात करें, ये जो ग्राफिक हमने आपको अभी शो किया, आप इसी ग्राफिक में नेक्स्ट सीजन किस नाम को आप देखते हैं मेकिंग दैट एंट्री, बिकॉज यू नो इन टर्म्स ऑफ गोल्स यू नो वी हैव स्पोकन अबाउट देम, बट who are you setting your eyes out for?
I think if Højlund does stay fit, I'm hoping कि वो 10 से 20 पे चले जाएं goal.
Yeah.
But in terms of, I think a goal scorer I'm looking forward towards is Xerxes, जो United ने sign किया है. He's a very intelligent, very talented forward. How much game time is he gonna get is another question. But you know, Rohaji, होता ये है कि even जब Premier League start हो जाएगी, the deadline is till the 30th of August. So we might still not have a name in the Premier League who might finish up there. You know, that happens so often, late signings.
Yeah. I think one person we'll see, because he missed a big chunk of last season because of his ban. I think Ivan Toney will be up there. I think he's going to be that guy, and he's going to try and have a season like Watkins had. He takes the penalties, you know, very good in the air, scores important goals. I would love to see Xerxes do well also. And Arsenal are being linked with some very exciting forwards. I think if those guys do come in and join them, then and the way Arsenal play, you can look at that as being, I think it'll mostly be the usual suspects, but there will always be one player, one name that will surprise.
And in terms of the new signings this season, who are you most excited for? कि इन नए players जो नया impact create करेंगे इस season?
I think I have to go for Xerxes again because I'm a United fan. I'm so excited to see him play the way he's been doing it at Bologna, you know, in Serie A. और जो उनका skill level, it feels like after a long time कि उस skill के, उस pedigree के या उस क्या कहते हैं potential के player United को जिन्होंने join किया and as a forward join किया है. और सबसे exciting बात ये है कि Ruud van Nistelrooy, who was the leading scorer for United, has become as the part of the team for Ten Hag, and he's training those strikers now.
Right.
That makes it doubly exciting because उनका leading scorer होना United के लिए year after year, and the way he did things, it's very good and bodes well for United. जैसे हसन कुरैशी ने कहा, in terms of new signings, I feel like Liverpool needs somebody there. हमने देखा था Nunez was not a proven commodity, और हमने Copa America में दोबारा देखा कि he's not a finished product yet. It's almost frustrating because he's so good at everything else. It's just the finishing bit. Feel like if Liverpool want to be in that top 4, they need a guy on that list with more than 18, 19 goals for the season.
Chalen, before we wrap up, one last question. How much drama are we looking forward to in this season?
I don't know. We're looking forward to lots of drama. How much of it will we get? You know, VAR, late goals, matches being lost or matches being won, and the title race going down to the wire. So I think we're looking for all of that. But at the same time, unfortunately, as United fans, we have to be realistic. So I think, we're looking forward to drama. And hopefully anything is an improvement on 8th place. So 6th, 5th, that would be great.
I think in terms of the last decade United has had, drama is the one thing you can guarantee.
Yes.
So assuming again that United आप दोनों की team है for this season,
वो तो सारी जिंदगी
it
की
goes
है.
without saying. Gentlemen, thank you so much, and this was all from us. Hope you enjoyed our Premier League build-up. We'll see you in the next episode. तब तक के लिए take care, good night, and thank you for watching.